Hi there, my name is Amber Horsley, and it's my deep privilege to share how amazing our God is with you. So in my practice, I have this sweet patient who has had an incredible journey with her health. And right off the bat, we made incredible strides in just her level of pain and functionality, and just so many beautiful changes and just shifts in awareness. And then for her, it seemed like she plateaued. And we talked about a couple different things it could be. But then one of our last visits, we just really came to this deep realization when I was talking with her about an instance in our own life. So my daughter recently had to go get blood work. And as with most people can imagine, a 5-year-old getting blood work is not necessarily an easy task. But in general, she's pretty good with going to the doctor, like no issues, things like that. And so I was shocked when she starts losing it in the parking lot of the hospital, just utterly losing it. I hadn't even told her what we were doing at that point. She didn't know we were going to do blood work. She didn't know anything, but she just starts getting hysterical. And so I kind of sit there and I'm like, okay, I know the harm of trauma and just some of those different harbored emotions. So I'm like, okay, I really don't want her to be in this emotional state when I go. But at the same time, I really need to bring her in. Like, we need to get this blood work done to be able to see what's going on. So I'm like, okay, this is one of those instances as being a parent that you do the hard thing because that's what you have to do. And so I kind of tell her, I'm like, baby girl, I love you. And it's because I love you that we're going to go in right now. And so I get her out of the car and she is screaming the entire time, like walking through the hospital, just like clinging to me like a koala, just utterly in hysterics. And I'm bringing my son along with me as well. So, I'm sure we are quite the scene in this hospital. And then same thing, we get into the lab area and she's just losing her mind. And so I try to ask and see if there's a place that we can go off to the side, it's a little more quiet. And there was, but that actually had to be the other room. So long and short of it, we ended up having to be right with everybody else. And so, it was fine. And so then she says she has to go to the bathroom. So we go to the bathroom. And of course she wants her privacy. So I have to pick up my son and have him face me. Well, he's also very tired at this point. So then the putting him down did not go so well. So now I have 2 kiddos in hysterics in the bathroom at the hospital. So I just, right then and there, just kneel down, wrap my arms around both kiddos, and just start praying. Just, Lord, be with us, give us strength, give us comfort, and give us peace. Amen. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but we go out. My son is still not really super happy, but I think better than what he was. Daughter is still in hysterics. And pretty quickly they call us back and bring her to the room with a chair. And they're like, that's not going to work. We're going to have to lay her down. So we go in another room. And so I see what's going to go down is they lay her down, and I know I'm going to have to pin her down because she doesn't want to be there. And so I literally lay over top my daughter and pin her down to this table with her arm outstretched so they can draw her blood. And she is screaming and she is losing it and all of those things. And I remember in that moment kind of being in shock, looking at myself, because I'm like, I should be really upset right now. Like, I should be really emotionally distraught, but I'm not. Like, I'm calm and I'm at peace, even though my child is utterly distraught. And I knew it was because we needed to happen. And she was good. She was safe, all those things. And I knew this is what was best for her, what was needed. And so, then they insert the needle and she utterly starts screaming. And so this whole time I'm just kissing her face, telling her how much I love her, telling her she's going to be okay. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. So this whole process, I'm just loving on her as much as I can, just kissing over her face, her ear, all the things. And so then as quickly as it was done, she was up and she was in my arms and she just is like, okay, I just need to leave. I just need to go. Let's leave it. I'm like, absolutely, baby. Let's do it. And so then we go out to the car. And at this point, I'm like, we have no place to be. So I just sit there with her in my lap and in my arms. And it takes a little bit, but when she's kind of calmer, I'm like, hey, baby, is the hospital bad? Is this a bad place? Yes. No, baby, the hospital isn't bad. All the doctors here are trying to help you. They're good people. They're trying to help you. Hey, baby, were the doctors bad? Were the doctors bad to you? Yes. No, baby. Remember one of the doctors? She was so sweet. She gave you a kitty cat sticker. She had to give you a cat sticker, and she was comforting you, and all the doctors were doing everything they could to comfort you. And so my whole goal at this point was just to rewrite her memory of it, or rather not rewrite it, just make sure it's an accurate perception. Because a lot of issues with trauma is that because of fear and all those things, we create a partially true instance of what happened, but it's only partially true. Like our brain starts filling in the other things and making it more scary than it actually was. So my goal was I just wanted to have her have an accurate view of what happened. And so then she just kind of sat there, and then I would ask again, like, hey, baby, is the hospital bad? No, hospital's bad. Right, baby, right. Baby girl, were the doctors bad? No, they were trying to help me. That's right, baby, that's right. And so I got her calm, and then shortly afterwards, she's like, okay, I'm ready to go home, Mom. And so we did. But so I tell my patient this story, and it dawns on me in the middle of it. I'm like, this is your story too, in a very different way. But for her, it was that things helped for a while, and like all of the things we did helped. And I really know that they were what was supposed to be there. But she kept turning to the world for advice, to good old ChatGPT and AI and this and whatever fad is. She kept turning to all these other things for her advice, as opposed to God. And she knows it, and because I know she's a believer, and so we've talked about that. And so it just hit me. I was like, this is you as well. Like, God is holding you. He's pinning you down, kissing your face, saying, look to me, turn to me, ask me, I'm the one. And trying to get her attention on him as opposed to on the world and all the things around. And I told her that, and it was crazy because her eyes just lit up with just knowledge and knowing that that was it. That was exactly it. And so I'm just so humbled by the story in both realms, because God's goodness and keeping me calm and content as a parent, even in the situation. But then also, I saw so clearly how it also was a blessing to her and to other people as well, because that is our story too. God's trying to help us. He's trying to have us focus on him. And he's in there pinning us down, though, because he knows that, yeah, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, we don't want to be there, but he knows that's the best way to get us to turn to him, to get us to actually have the good, and to get those actual things that he knows is best to come to fruition. Because he's a good father, and he can work through and see past our discomforts because he knows it's for the greater good.